Do you prefer being alone most of this time? And when you are alone, you are more happier and excited. I just want to let you know that you are not alone in this. And also, have you ever asked yourself, why am I always happier when I am alone? Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Nurses Lecture Room YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as the Nurse with the Difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for all my viewers. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 11 reasons why you always want to be alone. 11 reasons why you are happier alone than when you are among the crowd. But before I go into details in today's class, if you are new on our YouTube channel and these are the contents you are interested in, please click on that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out. For all my returning subscribers, this is Nurse Miss Mary saying thank you. Let's go there. All right, welcome back. I'm going to go straight to the point. One of the causes, one of the reasons why you always want to be alone is introversion. Yes. Have you ever been told as an individual to go out of the shell, to go out and socialize, that you are always indoors, you are always under your pillows, you are always under the bed, you are not communicating? That might be a sign of an introversion. That might be a sign that you are an introvert. Because an introvert, they are usually shy, they are usually quiet, they are usually reserved, they hardly communicate what they have to the outside. I just want to let you know that introversion is not a disease, it is not a disorder, but rather it is a personality trait. You get, we have both the introvert and the extrovert. Be it an introvert or an extrovert, it is more or less like how you interact with the outside world and also how you recharge your energy. As an extrovert, they recharge their energy by socializing, by going out, by communicating. But as an introvert, they recharge their energy by staying indoors. They recharge their energy by being alone. That is why if you know you are an introvert that is trying to socialize, that is trying to balance the whole thing, it is important sometimes you take a break from socializing and have a personal time for yourself to recharge, to gain more strength, to gain more energy. Be it an introvert or an extrovert, you need time to recharge your energy in the way that suits you. So one of the reasons is what? Introversion. Then that takes me to the second reason. The second point I have to share is sensory processing sensitivity. Yes, this is usually linked to people with autism and ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. That is what is linked with this. These people, they need more time to actually process what is happening around them when they go out. For example, a noisy environment, there is light everywhere, people even eating, the strong smell, they feel they need more time to process those activities. You know, as an individual, when you go out, you can easily socialize, you can easily process the noisy, the buzz, you can easily process the smell. But there are some people that they cannot even process this activity. They need a lot of time to be able to process it. And when they don't have that time to process it, that actually irritates them and make them always want to be alone. What actually irritates them, what actually upsets them, others don't necessarily take note of. Because of that, they feel, oh, let me just stay indoors, let me just stay alone. That is going to help me in the long run. The third one I have to share with you is above average intelligence. If you are an individual, you have this above average intelligence, you are very, very intelligent, you are a thinker, you are a doer, you always want to get things done, you always want to have meaningful conversation with those that have intellectual curiosities, but yet when you go out, you see other people as low thinkers, they are not thinking in the same direction with you. When people are talking about trending movies, when people are talking about trending election topics, when people are talking about trending bosses, they are talking about what is happening in the wrestling industries, but that is not in your mindset. Those people will be looking boring to you. So most of the times you're like, oh, let me just stay alone and do my own thoughts and be productive alone and get things done alone, because my friends, my counterparts, they are not thinking in the same direction as I am. They are not thinking what I am thinking. They are low thinkers. So above average intelligence might be the reason why you as an individual individual likes to be alone rather than the group, because you feel when you go to that group, they are usually bored and you tend not to enjoy such conversation that they really want to get involved in. One is mental health challenges. Are you having a depressive episode? You're having this social anxiety disorder. That might be the reason why you always want to be alone. In life, it's normal to have an episode that makes you sad, that makes you depressed, but it's very, very important for you to smack out of it as soon as you can by like meeting up with friends, communicating, doing something that helps you cope with it rather than staying in it for too long. So once you stay in that sad mood for too long, it can result in depression, and once you are depressed for too long, that might make you want to always stay alone, and staying alone might not be beneficial to you as an individual. Then that takes me to the fifth point, which is low self-esteem. You see this word low self-esteem, it is one of the reasons why most people feel they want to be alone. They feel they are not smart enough, they feel they are not good enough, they feel their vocabularies are not good enough, they feel they are not fine enough, they feel they are too short, they feel they are too tall. There is always something that makes them feel that they are not good enough. What will the people say? When I go outside there, how are they going to see me like? Are they going to see me? Do I match up with these people's credibility? Do I match up with these people's expectations of me? So when you have low self-esteem, you don't see yourself as somebody that it's precious, as someone that is unique in your own way. That might affect your ability to actually go out and socialize. But rather than socialize, you as an individual will always want to stay alone and do your thing on your own without involving others. Then the sixth point I have to share with you is lack of social skills. Let me tell you something. A lot of people are lacking how to communicate, how to socialize. For example, when you've gone out, you communicate, and you see people, when you talk, everybody is quiet, and you're like, oh, am I not funny enough? Or when you talk, people see what you are saying as abusive. People see what you are saying as destructive, and you've always getting negative feedback from your words. That might make you want to stay alone. In such a situation, that might not be your fault. It might not necessarily be your fault, but what you've had in your past experience. For example, you were in a family where they hardly communicate, where people hardly talk, where they hardly bring conversation. So you don't know how to get involved in such conversation. Or you were in a family where both parents were always quarreling, we're always shouting at each other. So when you go out, you talk, you're always verbalizing abusive things, you don't talk with emotions. That might make you, oh, what's the need of going out when I don't know how to talk? Let me just stay alone. Let me tell you something. Having lack of social skills can actually be improved on. Same as all other skills in life, you can improve on your hockey skills, on your basketball skills. That is the same way you can also improve on your social skills. So don't hide under the shells because of lack of social skills or lack of communication skills. You have to learn them gradually and become better over time. So that might be a reason why you always want to stay alone. I have to share with you is traumatic experience. You see, traumatic experience can leave what we call post-traumatic stress disorder for a lifetime. It's necessarily not going to be your fault. It's possible you're having that experience because when you were growing up, you were laughed at. Maybe they laugh at you because you were too slim, you were too fat, you had a big head, you had a small head. There is something people were laughing at you about. Because of that, you had that experience that, oh, whenever I go out, it's possible people are going to make mockery of me. It's possible people are going to laugh at me. And also, if you were young, when you were young, you were always ignored. Those experiences might make you want to, oh, what's the need? I'm always ignored. Let me just stay on my own to avoid those things that will make me feel sad. So you always like to stay on your own. So those traumatic experiences can actually affect you and make you want to stay alone rather than being with others. Then the other point I have to share with you is trust issues. When you have trust issues, you don't trust people. You believe people are going to hurt you. You believe people are going to harm you. You believe associating with yourself with people is going to lead to more dangers in your life. That might make you to say, oh, let me just stay alone. It might not be your fault. It might be because of also your past experience. You've trusted someone, you've put your trust on someone, and all of a sudden somebody broke that trust. Somebody promised you to do something, but all of a sudden this person refused to do it. This person failed you. So because you have built those trust issues, that might affect your ability to actually associate with others, and you prefer to, oh, let me just stay alone, let me just be on my own. Another point is fear of intimacy. You are scared to actually bond with people because you are this kind of person. Oh, when you go out, when you associate yourself with people, you tell people about you, and because you've told them about you, they might see less of you. They might they might not want to associate yourself with, they might not want to associate with you. So fear of intimacy, that, oh, when I get attached to someone, I'm attached with them like seriously, but at the end, when they tend to know about me, they tend to go away. So the fear of intimacy might make you as an individual want to stay alone without going out. So another one I have to share with you is Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome is actually a developmental disorder that is associated with autism. It's a form of autism. You always want to be alone. You always want to deal with things on your own. So Asperger's syndrome, you can read more about it. That might be a reason why you always want to be alone. And another one I have to share with you is stress-induced social avoidance. Stress-induced social avoidance. For example, after work, you are stressed out and you feel, oh, the only way to tackle this is for me to be alone, take some good rest, and just snap and go back to work. You are always busy going to work, coming back, just sleep. You go to work, come back, sleep, and you see yourself like work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. You don't even have time to actually socialize with yourself. At that particular moment, it might be the best for you, but your social life on the long run is being affected as an individual. So that's why it's stress-induced social avoidance. You are not doing it intentionally, but over time, it builds up. It builds up, and communicating with people becomes difficult. So these are the points I feel that I should share with you that is making you feel alone. For me personally, what actually makes me to feel alone during my own time was I feel I had low self-esteem at the very beginning, but I have been able to work upon that, and this girl here doesn't have that any longer. So my self-esteem is now on the high side and never on the low side. I don't want to think low of myself because I know personally I am unique in my own way. So thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For all my returning subscribers, this is Nurse Mary saying thank you. Bye, and see you in our next video.